Hey guys. So this is a short one. Thanks for looking this way. I just wanted to share with you my battery kit. So this here is from a company in Queensland called Ep2 for Oz. And they've been good to deal with. And I ordered off them, we've been just shy of a week ago. And it arrived. So what comes with the package is my battery cells, and I've got my BMS and my active balancer and a couple of little bits and pieces. So I just thought I've had a bit of a sneak peek, but I just thought I'd share with you like what comes in the in the mail, what you're paying for. So inside, and I might film this one here as well while I'm at it, is so you have your bus bars. So they're a copper bus bar, nickel plated. Comes with some nice little thank you and whatnot. These are some little covers that go in between your cells, just to protect them from rubbing against each other. And then here is the important bit. So in here are your cells. So these are 130 amp hour cells. And if you look closely, they have like a little QR code on them. If I can focus in, there we go. So there's a little QR code on these, so you can actually look up with that QR code what or where they're, when they were manufactured and whatnot. So as I say, these here, quite a weighty little battery too. So anyway, yeah, so you hook these up in series and you'll end up with your 12 volt battery. And that's what you use those bus bars for. So I thought what I'd do, just to show you how they come from the company, I thought I'd chuck a multimeter across them, just to see what they come in at. Now, I've done no charging on these whatsoever. Okay. So 3.25. 3.25. 3.25. Lucky last. 3.25. So they're all spot on there. Now, I've read a lot of things about top balancing your batteries, with your lithiums before setting them all up. Now, I don't have the charger to do that, because what you do is you hook them all up in parallel, and then you sort of charge them up to say 3.5, and then you take them up gradually up to like 3.6, I think 3.6.5, leave them for a bit, and then that way they're all equalised to the same charge. I've got the active balancer in the daily BMS, so I'm just gonna go with that and see how it all goes. I'll show you the daily. So what we have in here, this is the other part of the kit that comes. So this here's your little, that's like a little battery monitor. It just sort of tells you how what charge you got left in the battery. Then there's some cables there for your active balancer, and they go to each cell. They've all got numbers and that on. So, and this here is the heart of the system. So that's your BMS. So once again, it's it's all pretty straightforward to hook up, and I'll show you that as I go. Once again, like, there's a fair bit of weight in that. So that's the short and curly what you get in the system. So what I'll do is I'll go through and we'll start putting this all together. So I'm going to configure these slightly different, almost to like a slimline style, but not quite as much. So traditionally you would put them together like so, into like a square. I'm going to narrow that out a bit. I'm going to configure them like this. A bit of pain in the ass with this table, ladies. Like that. So what we need to do here is we need to set them up. So this is going to be our main positive here. This is going to be our main negative here. Then we use our bus bars to go from the negative to the positive here, then the negative to the positive there, then the negative to the positive there, which will give us our 12.8 volts at this end, or higher. So I've ran the multimeter across these. These batteries are all sitting spot on 3.25 volts. So I've got a 1 amp active balancer. That's a smart balancer that comes with this kit, and I'll make a start. So what we've got here is our little bus bars. They will come in the kit. I drew myself a little bit of a mud map earlier on how I wanted to do it, just so I've got it up here. It comes these little, they're almost like a fiberglass style cover that you can sort of slip between the cells, just to give them a bit more protection, you know, from rubbing and movement. So I went and I cut some, because I'm doing it this way, to make them a little bit more, you know, snug. Now what I want to do is I want to tape these together. Now I wanted to get some, what do you call it? It's like a polyamide tape, but one of my favourite stores, J-Car's, not around at the moment down this way, so I'm just going for a bit of gaffer tape, which, look, I can't see it being a problem. Time will tell. But this will just stop them from moving around. Like, this stuff sticks like shit to a blanket, so I'll monitor it and just see how it all holds up as we go along. So from here, I need to put positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative to positive. One thing that LifePo for Oz do is, and I heard about this in their YouTube vid, normally they don't come pre-wired with these eyelets on them. Now apparently they were having a few issues with recalls and that, with the main issue being that people weren't doing these connections properly. So they go out of their way and they actually get these done before they're sent down, so you don't need to worry about any connections there, and that should all be, you know, soldered nicely. It's got a nice little bit of heat shrink on there, so that should work well. Now, what we need to do here, this is what connects straight to your daily BMS, and pretty sure these little plugs, they're all going to match. Like there's a couple of plugs down the side here, but anyway, this one goes to the main negative. So that's my main negative, that's my main positive. Now what you'll also notice too, this on the outer casing here, they've got like a brown around your negative, and they've actually got a black ring around your positive. So just be aware that I can vouch for the fact that these have a little positive on the actual batteries, which makes it a bit easier to remember. But for now, so anyway, this here needs to go onto your, like black, so it goes onto your main negative. Then what you need to do is find, I've got four other wires here, so I need to find number 1 for number 1 cell. B1. Okay, so I've even got a mark here, so B1, so battery 1, B1, not like the bananas in pyjamas. So this will go on to the positive, so the positive side here on B1. Then I need to find B2. Now that happy little banana. He'll go on to the positive on battery 2. B3, so going around a loop here, so this is battery 3. So this will go to the positive on battery 3. And then finally to the positive on number 4. So with your BMS, you have P1 and B1. So with your BMS, you have P minus and B minus. The B minus goes to your main negative. So your blue one goes to your main negative here, like so. Now what I'll do is I'll leave it there for now, because I want to be able to configure all this into the box and mount the BMS and all that up. But I just wanted to show you how this all goes together here. So what I'll do is I'll screw them down a little bit tighter just to make sure the connections are tight. Now you don't want to go too tight with these either, they just need to be nipped. Alright, so that's where we'll leave it for this one. The battery's pretty well ready to go. Just a matter of, as I say, putting that connection onto the BMS, and it needs to go wherever it wants, and it'll be fine. I'll do a full rundown on the build process in the next episode, and I'll do some tests with it as well, show what I've done with it. I've had this system going since this recording now. I've had the system away on 3 separate camping trips, and I'm absolutely stoked with it. It's working brilliant. I haven't had to do any adjustments with it. I use it to actually put charge back into my caravan system, because the batteries in the caravan run a bit low, and I was able to, because I was doing a bit of driving around in the car, I was replenishing the little solar box through the DC to DC charger on that. So and all the excess I had, I was putting back into the caravan, and it worked a treat. So absolutely stoked. I thought I would be wanting more power. I might down the track, but for now, 130 amps has been working perfectly fine with what I've been requiring it for. But time will tell. I've got that option to build a bigger system down the track if I need to, build a bigger battery. as I've just sort of shown, it's not hard. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much for following along. I've got some camping trips coming up. I've been away to a couple of different places and just doing a couple of different things. So stay tuned, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you later.